Okay, today I'm gonna talk about arr.every. So come to the source code folder, run server, and create new file called arr.traverse.js. This is dot for import array traversal. Okay, there are several key points. First, I'm gonna talk about Es5 array traversal, then Es6. Es5, there are several. There are several APIs. First is for loop, the basic for loop. For example, that are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Basic for loop. There is a for each. Except a parameter, which is a function. In the function, you can get the element, index, array. For example, we wanna for each index element. This is for each loop, index, value, and the original array. So what's the difference between these two? So support continue and break. That's not. So there's only one, because when the value comes to 2, and it breaks. Continue. 1 and 3, because it continue. What if we put it right here? Error, there's no break. There's no continue. So this one doesn't support these two keywords. Return new array. value, whatever you call it, reference parameter. So return value times 10. So this is map result. So this is map result 10, 20, 30. Filter. Return new array with elements which could match condition. That filter result arr.filter function value return value to filter. Only 3, right? Because it is greater than 2, so there's only one element, 3. So, return true or false to indicate if there is such a element. So that turn value or this is some result with element value to our true. Every return true of all elements. Nesting condition that every result or every function. Sure. Just change a reference parameter so that you can understand better. So greater than 2. Cannot be greater than 2. That's right. So false, because there's elements like 1 and 2, so it returns false. 7. Some very reduce. This one is a little bit harder. So basically there are this accept several parameters. Let reduce result equal to array reduce function. This one actually can accept two parameters. The first argument is an auction. The second one could be either a basic data type or object or an array. Let's do it. Okay, let's just put this empty first. So in this function, we can get several parameters. First one is accumulator current value index original array. What we do, so let's do calculate the sum. This one is initial value. Now we put initial value as 0. So initial value is 0, and after each iteration we put the initial value to the accumulator, and we just do some add up. So if we do it, we should return accumulator plus current value, right? So the first iteration initial value is 0, so accumulator is 0. The current value is 0. Current value should be 1 from array, right? Now after that, the accumulator becomes to 1 and the current value becomes 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3, and accumulator becomes to 3 and current value is 3. Then the final result should be 6. Sum is not a fit. Sum 6. So what if we put the initial value as 1, as 100, 106 right here. So there's another way to use it, like we want to do select max in array. Get max reduce function accumulator current value index. Actually, we don't use the index in an array. These two these two arguments. We can just remove these two. Let's just remove these two. Okay, so return max max accumulator current value max is 3 because the array is 1 to 3 right here. So logic of this three lines of code should be first the initial value should be it should be 0 in default. And we put the first value here, the current value, and after the first iteration, accumulator becomes to 1, and second generation accumulator becomes 2, the family it becomes to 3 and be returned. So the max number is 3. See, we can do it in another way. We can just remove the duplicate data from an array. So remove duplicate arr.reduce function accumulator curve value. So actually there's no duplicate data, right? There's no duplicate data at the beginning because there's only 1, 2, 3. There's no duplicate. So we just put some duplicate here. We add a 1 and 2 in the initial value, right? As the initial value. So let's just return accumulator first. Remove duplicate data from an array. Remove duplicate. Okay, so every time we get a new value, we should push that value to the accumulator. The accumulator, the first iteration accumulator is empty, it's undefined, right? So after the initial value assigned to the accumulator, it becomes to an array with 2 elements, 1 and 2. And every time we push a current value to, then we return the final. So let's say 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now it has duplicate data. What do we want to do? We don't want to push the duplicate into the accumulator into the return value. So check if the current value is duplicate. So accumulator, now it is an array index of current value. If it is duplicate, it is not equal, it return -1. Then we push that into the accumulator. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it is 1, 2, 3. So suppose this is empty here, and we at the beginning we get a 2 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No duplicate data, right? Okay. Remove duplicate from array. Okay, that's everything about ES5. So in the ES6, there are several ways of. First, it is let of sorry, for let atom of r console atom es6 let of es6 let of. Let's just make it a simpler right here. Yeah, es6 let of. Just give it a simple review of es5. There's a method called let in. es5 for let index in r console log es5 let in arr index. Same thing, right? Same thing. But we don't really use let in for and in. We don't use for in to do loop, to do traversal, because when there is something else on the arr.to tab for will have some bug. So for example, we add a new function, prototype full function console log hello world. Now as you can see, es5 let in 1 2 3 and es5 let in function console log hello world. We don't want this part be displayed, right? So that's the reason why we don't use let in to do loop. Okay, so in the es6 there are there is a same thing as let of arr.value method. So for example, for let atom of arr.values this is a method. Don't forget that this is method. So just do not a function. Yeah, values. So you can get it is same thing as let of. It is exactly same thing as let of. sorry, for let of, yeah. So if you ask me, so if I wanna get index, what should I do? This one, arr keys, this master for just let keys 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. So they are keys, they are not items, right? They are not values. Index. So if you wanna both keys and values, you should do this part should be index. This part should be an array, because you want both index and values, right? arr.entries. Right here, entries, you get both index and values from it. Yeah, this is pretty much everything.